Hey guys, thanks for clicking on this video. I just want to show you a little bit about why I did not like switching to Sony. So I made a video not too long ago saying I was switching from Canon to Sony, and I'm back with Canon. I bought the Sony A7R V and the Sigma RT9 35 to 150. I actually don't remember whose that was from, Sigma. Everyone on YouTube that I follow was talking about how amazing it was and how it's gonna be the next best thing and how the lens was gonna cover everything. And I don't hate the lens. The lens was really cool. I really wish it was on Canon. It would be a great addition to wedding day setup. It's definitely not gonna cover your whole day. I would definitely want some primes in there. I definitely would like it better than the RF 28 to 70. But to talk about the camera a little bit, the Sony A7R V was the first Sony camera I ever used, and I've only ever used Canon for the past like 8 years of my career. So it was a big idea to switch, and then thankfully I kept my Canon gear while I bought the Sony. I didn't sold any of it yet, and I used it for a few photo shoots, and throughout every photo shoot I had, I just found myself really wishing I was using the Canon R6. I do believe the autofocus was probably a little bit better, but honestly, I couldn't notice it a whole lot just because I worked so good with my camera, and like the R6 and I just feel like we have like this relationship, and I just know where it's gonna focus, when it's gonna focus with the autofocus settings I have. And I just felt being held back from the Sony system. I didn't like how slow it was at taking pictures. I didn't think I cared about shutter speed that much, but apparently I do, because I really love how fast this takes pictures. And I also didn't like the buffer speed so much. I'm sure it would have been better if I bought the really expensive cards. I had some medium fast cards and it was okay, but I do hybrid wedding coverage, and so I use the R6, so I switch back and forth between C3 and video mode. And that's pretty fast, but I'm always looking for a way to improve my setup. And I thought the Sony with the Sigma 35 to 150 would be a little bit faster. And I thought it was just kind of a good bang for your buck. After using it for not long, I realized that I really hated it. And I was really happy that I could get it sold. I think I sold it in like 10 minutes, so I probably should have priced it a little higher. But regardless, I just wanted to talk a little bit about how in our day and time we are just like super obese on information. I think that was a quote from a book that I read called To Hell with the Hustle. And he was talking about how we're obese on information. We're constantly scrolling and filling our heads with useless info, and I kind of feel that way about YouTube right now. I learned so much from some of my favorite creators like Taylor Jackson. But you have to take what they say into consideration with what works for you. I have copied Taylor on a lot of stuff, and he has like exponentially helped me grow my business. And when he switched to the Sony, I was like, oh man, I have to do that. It's gonna be like the best setup ever. And I instantly regretted it. So it's just like, we have to be careful when we're watching YouTube, when we see everyone switching to, or not everyone, but a lot of people switching to some of the newest, greatest gear, to think about what already works for us. R6 had already been working for me. It was a flawless setup last year, but there was something that was just a little bit better. And I thought that it was gonna be worth it, but it wasn't in the end. So I just wanted to talk about how just be considerate when you're watching content and know what you already have. And maybe when you're looking for education on YouTube specifically, go onto YouTube with an idea in mind that you wanna learn. Because sometimes I'll go on there just looking for random crap to learn about, and then it hurts me because I am already good at something, but then I'll think that I'm doing it totally wrong or something like that. So I think it's just, YouTube's really, really good and can be really bad. So yeah, that's really all I wanted to talk about, is just use gear that you love. I'm gonna continue using the Canon R6. I might eventually upgrade to the R6 Mark II once there's some in the used market. I only ever buy used gear for the most part, unless I have to buy new. I don't think it's that big of an upgrade to hurry up and sell my R6 as a switch to the R6 Mark II. I definitely in the long run will. But yeah, I hope you guys subscribe. I really hope to continue to push out content about how I do things, and I just love starting to educate on this platform. And only watch my videos if it's something you want to learn about, I guess. I hate editing videos, so I'm gonna keep them short, and I don't plan on changing my office to look like everyone else's office with all the cute LED lights and crap. But yeah, so this is who I am. I hope you guys like my content. Please hit subscribe. Let me know in the comments what else you'd like to learn about.